Hi, I'm your host Vasco Duarte. Welcome to the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, where we share tips and tricks from Scrum Masters around the world. Every day, we bring you inspiring answers to important questions that all Scrum Masters face day after day. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Success Thursday this week with Priyanka Gorai. Hi, Priyanka. Welcome back.
Hi, Vasco. Thank you.
So, Priyanka, on Thursdays, we talk about the big question, right? Like, what does success mean for us as Scrum Masters? But before we jump into that, we also want to know how you look at the tool we most use to reach that success, the retrospective. So, what's your favorite retrospective format and why?
I don't have a favorite one because I mostly like to experiment with a lot of retrospective formats because I think that's something we really need, or else the team get used to one format and then they stop joining. They don't feel that energy of joining back the retrospective again. So normally I prefer to experiment with different kind of retrospective format depending on the situation. For example, if you are starting with a new team, you can try a retrospective format like a superpower, where you can discuss with your new team about their superpowers. For example, you can ask them what are their strongest skills, and they will share the details with you. Everyone will get to know each other and get to know the strongest skills about each other, and that is something very important for team members to know. And then you can also discuss about the enemies, the challenges you have, which is causing you some delays or not helping you at all. So those are the problems. So in that way, the Scrum Master and the team member will get to know about the challenges, the enemies. And then also in this format, you discuss about your role in the team. Where do you find yourself? Are you a doer? Are you a helper? What kind of role you have or what you want to be? So that is also something you can discuss. And then you can also discuss about tools you are using. For example, the gadgets you have, the people or different kind of tools which are helping you. And that might be inspiring for other team members and also for the Scrum Master. So it's a good format, and this is an example for when you are starting with a team. Similar thing I would like to do in different kind of situation. Like if a team is struggling, then having some brainstorming session. If the team is things are really going well, having the normal retrospective, like what went well, what can be improved, what are the action points we have. So depending on the situation, the retrospective format should change. There should be some surprises for the team always whenever they join you, and they should feel that energy. Okay, now we have different questions, because Vasco, I believe that if you ask the same question every time, you will get the same answer. But if you just change the format, or if you just change the questions, you can let others think in a different way, and you will get different stories from them or different output from those people. So this is what I believe. Yeah.
I love how you emphasize the aspect of giving energy back to the team, right? Because the retrospective really is kind of a break from the day to day where we come in and kind of have a little bit of breathing room, right? Like we can talk to each other. We're not in a hurry to meet the deadline. We are there to improve as a team. And by asking different questions, we can also, if done right, of course, as everything, by asking different questions, we can also bring energy to the team so that they feel, oh, there's some variety, right? Like now I'm interested, I can contribute more.
Definitely.
So now we turn our attention to the success question. And of course, that's not an easy question, but it's one that is very important for us as Scrum Masters so that we may also improve all the time. So Priyanka, share with us, how do you define success for yourself as a Scrum Master?
As you said, Vasco, it's really difficult to measure the success for a Scrum Master. But what I think is it depends on different situation again. I mean, the kind of team you have, the kind of situation you are into, you can measure your success. For example, in one of the story which I shared, when I received a feedback from the team that they don't need a Scrum Master initially, and later, after a few sprints, the same team member saying that if a Scrum Master is like you, we need one. So that's a success for a Scrum Master in that situation. That's the happiness. So it's really depend on the happiness of the team, how happy they are with you as a Scrum Master. Do they really think you are helping them? Do they really think that you are helping them to remove their impediments, or they think that you are creating most of them? So that's there. So it depends how you can make your team happy, how you can help PO and the team work together and create an atmosphere where everyone feel energetic. And everyone feel like helping each other. There is some transparency. So this kind of creating that kind of environment, if you're able to do that, then you are doing a good job.
Absolutely. So we talked about the feedback that you got, right? Like when team members go from, we don't need a Scrum Master, to, if everyone is like you, then we do need a Scrum Master, right? So that's a big change. That's something we can observe by just listening to the feedback we get from teams. But how do you look at other aspects, the atmosphere, the energy? What are the signs that you're looking for that tell you that the team has a good energy, that the team has a good atmosphere?
It depends on the attitudes. For example, if you are going in a team meeting with all the team members, and then there you can only see disappointment and negative feedbacks and complaints, then you can feel that the negative energy there, that okay, people are not happy. They are not happy with how things are going on. They are not happy with all these activities, all these roles. So this kind, if they are in their complaining mode, that this is not working, that is not working, this is not helping us. So in that environment, you can feel it. And then if you go to a positive environment where you see that there are constructive conversations going on, people are listening to each other, helping each other, giving constructive suggestions to each other. And in that environment, you can actually see that things are really very positive. People are helping and they are eager to listen to you, give good feedbacks, take back things from the meetings. So that's how you can differentiate among the situations.
You beautifully described that we need to observe, right? Like what behaviors do we see? What phrases come out? Sometimes teams give a lot of great feedback, but something else is going wrong and they don't dare to talk about it. So also, are people stepping back when a tough subject is approached, or are they leaning in and contributing, right? Like that's a very important aspect. And that really helps us to assess the atmosphere, the energy that you were talking about. And of course, retrospectives are a great barometer, right? Like, are they coming in excited, motivated, wanting to improve, or are they coming in and kind of just stepping back and letting others talk, right?
Yes, and it's not, when there is a negative energy going on, it's not only about retrospective. You can see that in each and every meeting, and even in one-to-one conversation as well. Even during your daily stand-up as well, you can feel that things are not going well. They are not having a good conversation, or they are not helping each other. Nobody is taking up. For example, I can give you one more example about one of the team member went on holiday. Some task he was working on should be picked by the remaining team, but then nobody is coming up and saying, I'll do it. It's like, okay, it was his task, he will come back, he'll do it. So this kind of situation, when they are not comfortable with each other, they are not helping each other. So you can see that, okay, things are not really well with this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the opposite is when they do pick up what's left, when they do volunteer to help each other. Absolutely. Those are great tips, and also great signs to look for to evaluate our own success as Scrum Masters. So thank you for sharing that, Priyanka.
Thank you, Vasco.
Part of a successful Scrum Master job is to help the product owner. Tomorrow we explore that critical role in Scrum, the product owner role. Tune in to learn about product owner anti-patterns, what you can do to help the product owner, and a real-life example of what a great product owner is and what made it so. Tomorrow on our Friday Product Owner episode. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.